Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be walking you through on how to cut a straight bustier with yoke. Please kindly help me like the video, and if this is your first time on my channel, kindly help me subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop amazing content like this one. Thank you. So for this tutorial, I'll be using a judge material. So we'll be needing our measurement to draft our straight bustier with yoke. As I always say, it's very important to have our measurements, and these are the measurements we'll be needing. We'll be needing our shoulder to nipple measurement, our shoulder to under bust, shoulder to short length, our shoulder, our nipple to nipple, our bust round, our under bust round, and also our waist. So after knowing our measurements, the next thing we'll be doing is to take half inches at the tip of our paper. That will be for our shoulder line and also my starting point. And then I'll use my straight ruler to draw a straight line on that. So after that, from my shoulder line, I'll be taking my shoulder to nipple points. My shoulder to nipple points is 9 inches. I'll mark it there. Still from my shoulder, I'll measure my underbust. My underbust is 12.5 inches. I'll also mark it there. And then I'll take my shoulder to short length, which is 15 inches. I'll also mark the 15 inches there. Then I'll be using a straight ruler to draw a straight line on my bust points. Also a straight line on my under bust points. And also a straight line on my short length points. So after that, I'll be labeling them. So I'll label my bust points. I'll label my bust points. I'll label my under bust points. And I'll also label my waist points. So I'll be going to my bust points and then go up by 2 inches. That will be for my chest line and also my armhole line. And then I'll use my straight ruler to draw a straight line on that. And then I'll also label it just as I label my bust point and the remaining ones. I'll label it. After that, I'll go over to my shoulder line and then take my shoulder measurements. For my shoulder, I'll be using 14 inches divided by 2, that will be 7, and I'll mark the 7 there. And then use my straight ruler to connect the points to my chest line like this. I'll connect the point to my chest line. So after that, I'll go to my shoulder line and then take my shoulder slope. For my shoulder slope, I'll come down by 1 inches, and then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line to join my shoulder line. So I'll go over to my armhole line and place my tape rule on my armhole line like this. I'll place my tape rule on it and then divide whatever I have there by 2. So this is it. I will just fold my tape to get the midpoints like this, the middle points. Then I'll make a mark there. So from that mark, I'll go in by 1/2 inch like that. I'll go in by 1/2 inch and then use my French curve to connect the points together. I'll connect it from my chest line to my shoulder slope points. I'll connect it like this. The next thing to do is to take my nipple to nipple measurements. For my nipple to nipple measurement, I'll be using 7 divided by 2. That'll give me 3.5. So I'll mark that 3.5 on my bust points. I'll make the same mark on my under bust point and also the same mark on my waist points. And then use my ruler to connect the points like this. Then I'll go to my shoulder slope. I'll be dividing what I have on my shoulder slope by 2. I'll place my tape on it like this. I have 3.5 divided by 2. That will give me 1 3/4. Then I'll mark the 1 3/4 there. After that, I'll use my ruler to join the points together like this. I'll join it to my bust points to make a straight line. So the next thing to do, we'll be taking our dart measurements on both my waistline and my under bust line. So this is the mid parts of our straight bustier. So from the straight line which I made, I'll be placing my tape rule towards the side of my waistline and then measure 1/4 there. I'll make a mark there. I'll also measure 1 inches towards the center part and make a mark there. I'll go under my under bust, measure 1/4 towards the side and 1 inches towards the mid parts. After that, I'll use my straight ruler to draw a straight line on the points towards the side and also draw a straight line on the points towards the mid part too. You can also use 1.5 on the side and also use 1/4 at the center parts, depending on how busty the person is. So the next thing we'll be doing is to go to our bust points. I'll go down by 1 inches from my bust point and make a mark there. Then I'll use my French curve to connect the point from my 1 inches to the front point I made and also connect the side one to my 1 inches too. So the next thing I'll be doing is to go to my chest line. I'll go up from my chest line by 3/4 of an inch. You can actually come down from your chest line too if you want, but me, I'll be going up from my chest line by 3/4 of an inch. And then I'll use my biro to draft out the way I want my neck to be. So I want a sweetheart neck and I don't want it to be too revealing. It's just to be open just a little. That's how I want it to be. So I'll be using my biro to shape out the way I want it to be. So this is it, and then I'll use my armor cuff to do the correct one now, like this, as you can see. So after doing that, I'll be going over to the straight line which I made towards my shoulder slope. So on the cuff I made, I'll be taking my measurement there too. So I'll take 1 inches to the side of my bust and also 1 inches. So you can use 1/4 to the side and 1 inches to the side, depending on how you want it to be. So this is how I'll be doing my own. Then I'll use my armor cuff to join the points to my bust points like this to the side, and also come to the center part and use my cuff to join the points to my bust points like this. So this is how it is. As you can see, this is how it came out. So the next thing we'll be doing is to take our bust measurements. So for this, I'll be using 33.5 for our bust. So that gave me 8.83. So I'll mark the 83 on my chest line. So I'll also add the 2 inches which I took at the upper part for our darts. I'll add it to it too, and then go to my under bust. So I'll be taking my under bust measurements. For my under bust, I'll be using 25, and I'll divide 25 by 4. So that will give me 6/1/4. I'll mark the 6/1/4 there. So the 2/1/4 which I took for my darts at the under bust part, I'll replace that too. So I'll be adding the 2/1/4 to the under bust, so I'll be replacing that. So that's it. I'll add it there and I'll mark it. After that, I'll take the same measurements on my waistline, because our waist is 25. I'll take 25 and also add that replacements too. So after that, I'll be using my ruler to join the points together. I'll join my under bust to my waist and my bust to my under bust like this. So this is how it is. So I'll be adding 1.5 for my sewing allowance. I'll be adding 1.5 for my chest line. I'll be adding 1.5 on my under bust, and also I'll be adding 1.5 on my waist. Then I'll use my ruler to connect the points together like this. I'll connect the points together. So the next thing to do is to take our neck measurements. So for my neck width, I'll be using 3.5 inches. So I'll now mark the 3.5 inches on my shoulder line. I'll mark it like this, and then for my neck depth, I'll be using 3 inches for my neck depth. So I'll mark the 3 inches there like this. So after marking them, I'll use my French cuff to join the points together like this. So I'll join the points together like this, as you can see. So this is it for the front parts. So if you have any question concerning this front part, you can kindly ask me. If you do, you can ask me in the comment section. And the next thing we'll be doing is to cut it out like this. We'll cut out the parts we don't need. We'll cut it out. So this is how the front came out. As you can see, this is how it came out after cutting it. So I'll just label them. And the next thing is to move to the back parts. So for the back part, I've gone ahead to draft out my lines. So this is my chest points, my bust points. I didn't mark my under bust because I won't be needing it for the back, and also my waist line. So I'll go ahead to label it, my chest points, my bust points, and also my waist points. So after that, the next thing we'll be doing is to take our shoulder measurements. For my shoulder, I'll be using 7 inches. Then I'll mark the 7 inches at my shoulder line. So I'll mark the 7 inches there. So after marking that, I'll use my ruler to connect the line, the point to my chest line, like this. Then after that, I'll be taking my shoulder slope. I'll be using 1 inches for my shoulder slope, 1 inches like this. Then I'll use my ruler to connect the points to my shoulder line. So after that, we'll be taking our armhole. For our armhole, I won't be going in by half inches. So our armhole for the back is just going to be a normal armhole. So you can see I'll be using my cuff ruler to do it. So I'll just connect it like this. I won't go in by half inches like I did at the front part. So I'll just connect it like this. So for this my back, I won't be using zip. I'll be using loop, just like the corset back. So that's how it's going to be, and it will also have a yoke at the upper parts. So the next thing I'll be doing, I'll go to my chest line, and then I'll go in by 2.5 inches. I'll measure 2.5 inches on my chest line. Then I'll make a mark there, 2.5 inches. Then on my waistline, I'll go in by 1 inches. I want it to have a V kind of shape, so it won't be straight. You can make it straight if you want, but I want it to be V at the down part. Then I'll use my ruler to draw a straight line on that. So the next thing I'll be doing, I'll be taking my bust measurement, my round bust measurement. So my round bust measurement will be 33.5 divided by 4. That'll give me 8.3, and I'll mark the 8.3 there. I'll mark it on my bust points, and I'll also mark the same thing on my chest line too. On my chest points, I'll mark it there. Then I'll come to my waist. My waist is 25 divided by 4. That'll give me 6.25. Then I'll mark the 6.25 there. After that, I'll use my ruler to join the points together. I'll join the points together like this. So I'll be adding 1.5 inches from my sewing allowance, 1.5 inches on my waist, 1.5 inches on my bust point, and also 1.5 inches on my chest points. Then I'll use my ruler to connect the points together like this. I'll connect them together. After doing that, I'll go over to my shoulder line. Then I'll take my neck measurements, which is 3.5. I'll mark the 3.5 there like this. I'm going to mark it. Then after that, the points which I made, I'll join it to the 2.5 inches to make a straight line. I'll join it like that, since it's going to have a yoke, and I want the yoke to start at the 2.5 inches point exactly. Sure. If you notice that I didn't add zipper allowance, that's because we won't be needing the zipper allowance. That's the reason why I didn't add it there. So the next thing we'll be doing is to cut it out. So we'll be cutting the parts we don't need out. Then I'll also label it. So I'll first cut out the yoke part first like this. I'll cut it out, and then I'll cut out the remaining ones. I realized that I didn't cut out the side part of my front, so I'll be cutting that out too. And this is how the back came out. If you have any questions to ask me concerning this back tutorial or the front tutorial, kindly let me know in the comment section below and I will answer you. So this is how the front and the back came out. It's looking very nice. We have finally come to the end of this tutorial, so I'll be showing you guys how to sew this in my next video. Kindly help me like, subscribe and share, and if you have any other things to ask me concerning this tutorial, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you. I love you all. Thanks for always watching my video. Bye.